the glory old days of Nick.com, once a nostalgic, wonder-filled powerhouse where you can watch some shows and play games without just nothing but a mess full of crappy shows. So I just stick to watching SpongeBob on TV. There are a lot of shows going on like The Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, The Loud House, etc. But the one I still look forward to is SpongeBob. Yeah, it's just all gone downhill now that they decided to have parents bigger characters. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for the MPEG file. Okay, let's get on to it. Imagine this. You're on your laptop. You got home after a long day. You decide to watch a video on YouTube, when suddenly there is a link to an MPEG file, and you download the file. This is what you would see. I know what you're thinking. Is this a generic SpongeBob episode? It may look like it, but at the end, it gets so much worse. So bad that it actually makes your computer twist and contort to shapes. Here's how the episode would break down. The title card saying SpongeBob's insanity. Then it cut to the episode. The first thing you'll see is SpongeBob and Gary sleeping, the foghorn going off. SpongeBob telling Gary that he and Patrick are on a playdate, yada yada yada. Typical SpongeBob episode, right? Not really. As it hit the midway point, Patrick breaks his neck, crying to SpongeBob. Patrick is given unreliable by SpongeBob, and the time card says 25 minutes later. SpongeBob, now annoyed, tells Patrick to give back his net. Patrick now became selfish and tells SpongeBob that it's his net now. Then SpongeBob gets frustrated at Patrick. He then yells at him to give him his net back. And again, Patrick declines. SpongeBob got angry at Patrick and screams at Patrick to give him his net. But the pink starfish said, "If I can't have it, then no one can." He opened his mouth wide and began to lower unreliable into his mouth. SpongeBob, now frightened, cried out for Patrick to not eat his net. Patrick drops the net into his mouth and chews it as SpongeBob stares in shock and anger. The pink starfish then gulps the net down into his gut, then sighs, which causes SpongeBob to tackle him down. Put his hand to the starfish's throat, taking pieces of unreliable out. SpongeBob, tearing up, yells at Patrick, "That was my net, you big pig glutton! How could you ever do this?" Patrick then told SpongeBob that he deserved it. SpongeBob then punched Patrick his rock in a cartoonish manner. He then marched to Patrick with the angry expression, with one pupil being black with one outline, the other pupil being constricted to a tiny dot. Patrick begs SpongeBob for his life, making SpongeBob hold out their friendship ring. He takes it off and throws it away, which then hits Squidward's nose, making it squeeze. Squidward then began to yell, "SpongeBob, you're gonna pay for it!" Before Squidward can finish his sentence, he stares at SpongeBob, now furious and crazed as the sponge speeds up the starfish. Squidward then calls the police as he ran to his house. The police arrived as he took the sponge away. The doctors took Patrick to the hospital. It then cut to SpongeBob in his straitjacket, shaking and holding her mouth, and zoomed in on her. The video froze for a minute, then for a second, the voice began to play in the background, which sounded like a buzzing sound. The buzzing sound then began to get louder and louder as the video turns darker and darker. Before the scene ended, SpongeBob's eyes shift over to the viewer before it cuts to black. The next scene shows SpongeBob rotting and decaying in a gross and violent way possible. Cut to black. And then cut to a clip of a cat being mauled by a man's knife. Cut to black screen. One last image was shown. It was the image of SpongeBob's angry face, now one, decayed. Half of his face was a skeleton mixed with red, meaty flesh. His pupils are now dilated north, his teeth are cracked, revealing pulp and a black sludge. Its tongue was scratched and hanging out of its mouth, and his head was partially ripped open and slowly inflamed. At the broken money in it with SpongeBob, the desktop wallpaper began to wiggle and change color. Keep the video going and completely act out. By acting out, I mean the wallpaper gets to distort and contort into gross shapes. The audio is just buzzing noises and chaos. The ads was moving like they have a life of their own. The video began to shake. SpongeBob just blinked his eyes, and the desktop went black. Except for his arms. Then blind you screamed so hard, the computer would die and get a blue screen of death. After that, he decided to lay in a fetal position. That is what you would do if that happened.